We are back. We are back with Act 2 of 36 Questions. The 36 Questions, the musical podcast. I really, really loved Act 1. It was so much better than I thought it was going to be. The premise is great. The songs, the melodies, the music, all great. Love it. So we're getting into Act 2. I'm really looking forward to it. So we're going to jump pretty much straight in. It's looking at the timeline. It's about 47 minutes. I do like to talk now and then, so we're probably looking at an hour. So yeah, let's see what we get.
My name is Judith Ford, and it's been 8 minutes since my last recording. In that time, I've committed the terrible sins of pouring myself a very tall glass of whiskey and going number 1 in a toilet that screams when you try to flush it.
It's on my list.
As you'll recall from the previous memo, everything was going swimmingly. We were all set up to dive into the 36 questions. Candles, whiskey, duck. When, of course, my phone dies. Who should save us but runaway husband himself, Jace Connolly? After pulling a few hairs out of his perfect head, he kindly bowed to my need for accountability and let us use his charger. However, the only working outlet in this house happens to be in his bedroom closet. So I'm quite literally trapped in Jace's closet. In his closet, in his closet, in his closet.
Okay, could you keep it down in there, please? It's okay, Henry. It's just the woman in our closet singing R. Kelly.
I have in my
Is that
hand
where that's from?
the printout of the questions, aka the experimental generation of interpersonal closeness. As you know, these questions hold a special significance to us because we asked them to each other on our first date.
And you faked your answers, for the record.
For
I
the
faked
record.
some answers for the record. Now, you remember the whole point of this experiment created by actual scientists was to find out if a certain set of questions can make two total strangers, or in this case, estranged persons, feel super close and super horny.
Judith,
I'm just reading the prompt.
that is not a funny joke to make in my childhood bedroom.
Jace, I'm not gonna jump your bones under your, super cool train spotting poster. Besides, this is a first date. I'm not that kind of lady. Or am I?
I've got visions
So,
now. Just
question
quickly,
one, we asked out by
under his train spotting poster. Now I can kind of imagine it. Is it the one with Ewan McGregor? Is he standing like this? And does it say train spotting down the side? That's how I remember it in my mind from like the 90s. Is that how it really looks? I can't remember. That's what comes up for me
the
then.
car. If you could have anyone over for dinner, who would it be? We said each other. Good start to the night, I'd say. Do you want some wine, lover?
Could you please not call me that? And yeah, okay, I'll have some wine. But just a little bit. That's good.
What? No.
That's good.
Still pouring.
The way it works is we take turns being the first to ask. Since I asked question 1, question 2 has to come from Jace.
Question 2. Would you like to be famous? In what way?
No.
No what?
No, I would not like to be famous.
Okay, why not?
Well, that's not really the question.
Yeah, but you should probably extrapolate.
Why? That's extra credit.
Because I just got out of a relationship where honesty was kind of an issue, so I'm looking for someone who is an open book.
Well, I am an open book. You opened right to the page about being famous and found 2 words. No thanks.
That's the absolute minimum, which is very strange for a first date. Or not a first, whatever this is.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear my answer?
Of course.
I'd like to be famous for reforming American education.
Oh.
And also for winning the Bachelorette.
Yes.
Right? Yes,
Yeah.
there. Now that's an answer. It tells you something about me.
Okay. Noted. I'll try it out on the next one. Okay, question 3. Before making a phone call, do you ever rehearse what you are going to say? If so, why?
I only rehearse calls when I know I'm gonna have to speak Spanish. Okay, your turn.
I do not rehearse phone calls.
And now you say why.
Because you know me. I rarely
Just
think
before,
about
it
what
sounds
I
like
say
there's a
until I've
song about
already
to
said
start
it, and
because I can hear a guitar or something coming in there. But as I think about these questions, I think so. I know a bit about the concept of this, as I said in the previous video, but I know from reading studies and speaking to uh, kind of fellow researchers who research questionnaires, and they look at they're looking for evidence about the reliability and the validity of questionnaires. Each question is designed for a specific reason; it has a purpose, and my mind there was just thinking about the specific reasons for each of these questions. Now, like, so what's the purpose behind the question about do you rehearse telephone calls? Is it looking at some form of anxiety, social anxiety, performance anxiety? Is it looking for do you practice phone calls to, I don't know, make sure you do it right in some way, to practice articulating the words, to try different ways of phrasing things? Like, there'll be reasons in the original research around why these are the questions that were picked. It'd be interesting. It'd be really interesting to look at to see what they're specifically trying to like measure in some way. Anyway,
And forget what I said shortly thereafter.
I know that was true of Natalie.
Well, it's also true of me. In fact, most of these beginning questions are probably going to be the same answers.
Well, maybe you should change your answers then.
What? Why should I change my answers?
Because you're supposed to be Judith now. I don't want to hear Natalie's answers. We set her on fire in a trash can, remember?
I do.
So let's get some Judith answers. At this point, all I know about you is you're a big fat liar and you were born in Arizona. That's 2 strikes.
Okay, number 1, rude. 2, that's not true.
Which part?
That you only know 2 things about me. You know a million things
yeah,
about me.
all that
Jace.
time we spent together.
You know more about me than anyone in the world. When I was with you, I was real.
The-
When I was with you, I could be myself. When I was with you, I didn't feel lost, confused, or frightened, or scared to be who I am. When I was with you, I was real.
Well, that's a beautiful sentiment.
It's not a sentiment.
I was going to say,
It's a
yeah,
fact.
she
Ask me
doesn't
the
see
next
it as a
question.
sentiment.
Question 4. What would constitute a perfect day for you?
What do you think my answer is?
That's a nice question.
I have no idea.
Because
You don't know what I like?
That will provoke what's important to
I know
someone.
what you did like.
What's meaningful
It's
to them.
the same, Jace. That's my point. It's not like I was lying about literally everything. Judith and Natalie, we like the same things. Here, I can prove it. We both think you look great in a knit sweater. We both enjoy an empty cafe. We both are actual human beings to waiters. We both are not totally straight. None of that changes. None of that has changed. Okay?
Okay.
We both like drinking hot tea in warm weather. We both like playing guitar. We both like when you tell me the plots of bad movies. We both forget our card at the bar almost always. When I was with you, I was real. When I was with you, I could be myself. When I was with you, I was real. Like as real as my retainer that I left at your house one time. When I am with you, I am real. Now, do you remember what I said the first time we did the questions about my perfect day?
Yes, you said that tomorrow could be the perfect day if we let it be. That's not the kind of answer you forget, especially when the person answering it is wearing a low-cut blouse.
Tomorrow is, I quite like that answer. Tomorrow it's the perfect day. I say if you let it be. I like that. No demands, no pressure. to make it something that it's not going to be. Just let it be. I like that. And just what I've paused here. I mentioned this in the previous video, didn't I? She's lied about the questions, and she had reason for that. But they've spent a lot of time together. He would have got to know her. And I like this way that she's showing that to him by saying, "You know the answer. You know how I would answer this question. So you actually do know me."
Are you thinking about my blouse?
I'm remembering it. Do you remember my answer?
The broad strokes. Picnic in the park with your family. Mini muffin basket for lunch. Everyone getting together under a big blanket and watching the entire third season of The Office.
Still true.
And I'd still want to be there with you. Question 5. When was the last time you sang to yourself? To someone else?
This afternoon, to Henry.
What about to yourself?
He only stayed for half.
The last time I sang was on my way over here in the car.
You sang? What did you sing?
Oh, I'm gonna die out here.
Oh, that kid. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, and I think that counts as me singing to someone else. Ask me the next one.
Question 6. If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
Do you remember my answer?
Body. You remember mine?
Mind. See, nothing has changed. We're still a good half-sexy team. Question 7. Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die? You said that you thought you were gonna die in your car, but you weren't sure how.
Right, and you said that you weren't afraid of death.
And I'm still not. I'm only afraid of dying alone. Read the next one.
Question 8. Name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common.
Easy. We both are.
That's a great. Just very quickly. That's a great question. Oh gosh, a great question, isn't it? Things that you and your partner have in common. Just very explicitly bringing the common ground into the conversation.
We both become monsters when we lose. We both think we have the best worst name for a band. We both check Twitter for our news. There's 4.
We both say the other is better at cooking. We both hate that kitchen island we built. We both need a glass of water on the bedside table. We both recycle purely out of guilt. We both have dreams much bigger than ourselves. We both think that's how to live. We both put up a fight for all the right reasons, and we both eventually give. I tried so hard to separate who you are from who you were, but now I'm reevaluating how similar you are to her. You have the same voice and the same cadence when you speak. If I close my eyes, you still sound to me like Natalie.
When I was with you, I was real.
Natalie.
When I was with you, I could be myself. When I am with you, I can feel shivers running.
Oh, these duet parts are lovely.
Your skin close to mine. It's like my 5 senses make my heart defenseless. With you, when I am with you, I am real. When I am with you, I am actually too real. When I am with you,
Actually too real.
feel
Like a vulnerable.
so.
Being that real and authentic is in a very vulnerable position.
I don't want to jinx it, but I think this first date is going great.
What is happening?
You're letting your guard down, Jace. The questions are working their magic on you.
That is not true. My guard is up. I've got walls.
Okay, I think we need more wine.
I mean, that track was great, wasn't it? It feels like it opened up some very common, like that specific question, some very common ground, getting some like stability in place, maybe setting the foundation for. They're going to have a discussion about the betrayal. I'm guessing at some point, it was going to come up at some point. He's kind of being quite humorous with it currently, but I think that's a protection strategy away from how much it does actually hurt. And I think what can happen is when we think about things like what might be referred to as relational trauma, people often like to establish what is actually true or still true before they can decide what to do next. So this isn't at a forgiveness stage. This is at, okay, let's see where we're at now stage. If that makes sense. This is so cool, isn't it? It's so good.
You? I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave this charging.
Okay, but the bottles and the...
Chase, relax. It's me, remember? I'll make sure we don't drink your mom's fancy world-class vino. Yellowtail or bust. While I'm downstairs, maybe you can think about what you're grateful for.
Okay. I'll just be in here then. Henry, can you move over so I can... We don't believe her, right, Henry? You're skeptical. I'm skeptical, too. She doesn't seem sorry at all, which is bizarre, right? I mean, I guess I should be grateful that Natalie and Judith are both terrible at accepting any kind of blame. Exactly. Because if she'd apologized, I'd forgive her. You know I'm a total sucker for an apology. Remember that time you pooped in my box of journals? Water under the bridge, buddy. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'm just gonna stay strong. This is worth it. I am gonna learn the truth without falling back in love with her.
Chase!
Yeah!
The lights are off!
Yeah, really? Yeah, I know! Are you okay?
Yeah. It's just very dark. That wasn't me. That was...
Yep, that's the
You know what?
glasses.
Stay put! I'll bring your phone down. Oh, great. Are you still recording? Because of course you wouldn't turn it off. Why would you? Okay. So, for the record, the power is off, and it's pitch black in here, and I can hear water in the walls, and I think I'm about to enter a disassociative state, but at least we're going to capture it all for later reference. Something I can play back from my psychiatric panel. Okay, give me your Henry. Okay. Hold on, buddy. We're gonna go down the stairs. Okay.
I can just imagine this
Gonna
creaky
ignore those
staircase
sounds
being
because
lit
we're
up
not 100% sure what they are,
as there's
buddy.
lightning.
It's okay.
Chase?
Yeah, I'm almost there.
While he's carrying a duck.
I just want to make sure you're hearing the same sounds as me.
Yeah, it's just the house caving in on us.
I hear Henry. Are you holding him or is he levitating towards me?
Here's your phone.
Thank you. Whoa. House phone still works.
House phone was never not working, trust me.
I didn't even realize you had one. Chase?
No one calls about my mom's.
Yeah,
sometimes
that's
this
what I was
older guy
thinking.
named
Who's
Jerry, but I
calling?
think he's just confused.
Which one do you think it is?
My mom's. They have that mom sense, you know.
Are you gonna answer it?
So I can tell them that you're not here? No, I don't think so. I'm a terrible liar.
Ah, damn it. My phone jumped from 8% to 5%. That little bastard.
I guess that's the end of the record.
Oh, you wish, dude. There has to be some way we can charge it. What about your truck? Do you have a charger in there?
I'm not... No. No, we are not gonna sit in my truck in the middle of a thunder...
Greetings from our lives on the road.
Just before we get into this bit, I was reflecting. Just it's quite hard because I'm trying to reflect on previous conversation that's just naturally processing in my mind whilst listening to what's also currently happening. But I was thinking then about what Jace was saying to Henry about, oh, if she apologized, then I would forgive her. And I was thinking about how, in some ways, it would be easier for him if he just found out everything was fake and she lied about everything, the whole thing was a deception, and he could just decide then just to leave it and not to go through with this, and just say it was too much. But because some of it is real, and there is a connection there with the realness, it makes things, I think, harder for him. It makes it more complicated, because I think it'd be easier to say, right, the whole relationship was false, rather than almost grieving something that was real but deceptive. That makes sense to people? And I guess that song where they're finding common ground, that's what it brings up. That it wasn't all fake or deception. And it is interesting that he does say if she apologized, he would forgive her. But does that mean forgive her and get back together? Or does that mean forgive her? You've apologized, you've taken responsibility for what's happened. I forgive you, but I can't trust you again. We can't be together. I don't think he really made that distinction for us there. Anyway, let's carry on.
Jace decided it was too weird and possibly too sexy to sit in his truck without going somewhere, so now we're driving around his old neighborhood, looking for makeout spots.
We're actually pretty close to that playground me and Carl used to stand on top of and hit golf balls off in the middle of the night.
Counterpoint. We don't do that. We find somewhere together. I dug pretty deep into the glove compartment and found one of those maps that has a cartoon version of every point of interest, so I winnowed it down to 3 possible dream destinations. One of them is a motel.
No.
One of them is Applebee's, which I know you love because you're an American boy. And one of them is a putt-putt course, which sounds like the place to be in a thunderstorm. Oh, and we brought the duck. Chase thought it would be too cruel to keep him in the dark alone, so he's riding around with us in the back seat. You want more Cheerios, Henry? Perfect segue into question 9. For what in life are you most grateful?
Well, I have a lot to be grateful for. That's the silver lining of your life blowing up. You become acutely aware of what you actually have. I have wonderful parents. I have a job that I love. I have a duck in my back seat eating Cheerios out of my estranged wife's hands.
I, for one, am grateful for second chances. Ooh, I don't know. That sounds cheesy.
That's not cheesy. That's honest. That's real.
Branch.
I see it.
And also very convenient
Okay,
when you're
so
asking for a second
that brings
chance.
us to question 10, which I'll read for you since you're operating a moving vehicle and we are smart.
Oh yeah, definitely smart.
Question 10 is to me. If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be?
Wow, that's a very vulnerable question, isn't it? Think about parenting, early years environment,
You hear that,
and the
Henry? That's what we
consequences
call a
of
pregnant
that.
pause.
Okay, not pregnant. Can I just say my answer is literally everything?
Well, last time you said you wished your parents were alive.
So glad you remember that. Really good memory, Jace.
That's not true anymore?
Yeah, I'd like to put my answer on the record as everything.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It just dawned on me that your parents might actually be alive.
Oh,
Are your parents alive?
she lied about that.
Yes,
Oh
my parents are alive.
my god.
Regrettably.
Are you kidding me? So the story that you told me about the car accident was a total lie.
Well, it was partially true, except the outcome. They did get in a really bad car accident once, but they were fine. My dad had to wear a hand brace.
A hand brace? You are
And
unbelievable.
I can't believe we're still at this light.
Who tells someone they just met that their parents are dead?
Oh, someone who really didn't want you to meet her parents. Trust me, they are the worst.
Oh, trust you.
Yes, trust me.
So why did you tell me that?
Ask me the question you're supposed to.
Fine. Question 10. If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be?
When I was a little girl, like really little, like 8 or so, I was playing in my father's study, a place in the house I wasn't supposed to go. My father fancied himself a sailor.
There's drums.
His study was filled with nautical decor. He kept a boat in the bottle on the top of a shelf.
Uh-oh.
and it shattered on the ground when I slammed the door. I told my mother everything. I told her I was so sorry. She told me don't cry when he comes home tonight. We can make everything okay. This is all we have to say. We don't remember a boat in a bottle. It must have fallen off its shelf alone. We know you loved it, we're so sad it's broken.
So full on denial.
Even home, and it's our word, yes, our word against his.
So straight away we're seeing
So I hit screw-ups
lying,
from my father.
denial, deception.
Made up school awards to please my mom. Whatever made the steak taste better. Whatever kept the waters calm. I was told to keep their secrets.
Say what you need to say.
And in turn, they'd keep mine. As I got older, I got dumber. I couldn't help but cross the line. 3 times I nearly wrecked my life. 3 times I nearly came to ruin. 3 times went crying to my parents, who said they'd make it go away. Yes, this is all we had to say. We never rented a house in Sedona. We didn't see Camille the day she died. We haven't
Why would
been
Camille?
on our boat in some years now, so we don't care what you found inside. And it's our
Oh, what's in the boat?
Yes, our word. It's our word. Yes, our word against theirs.
Let's see what sense Jace makes of this.
Somebody was paid to make it go away. Everyone was paid to make the problems go away.
So never
Doesn't
any
matter who
real
gets
responsibility
or who
for
is
actions.
blamed. Do what you need to do to clear your name. An inconvenient truth can be easily erased. When I was 26, I was living in New York. I developed some fun habits. Put my white blood cells to work. I remember it so clearly. I was home alone on a Tuesday night. To level out, I popped some downers, but couldn't seem to get my mind right. I drew a bath and slipped into it, and suddenly became aware I couldn't keep my head above water. I took a final gasp of air, and as I lay there helplessly, a million different thoughts came to me. I saw my parents hearing the news. Your only daughter drowned today. I thought about what they might say. Our daughter Judith, no, she moved to Austin. She's very happy there, or so we hear. She's always been so goddamned independent. The years go by and now we barely see her. Our daughter Judith, you must be mistaken. You mean the girl we raised as if our own. We loved her so much she felt like our child. But eventually we had to send her home. It'd be their word, only their word. It'd be their word, only their word. On its own.
Well, that explains a few things, doesn't it?
The light.
What?
The only
like
bit I
it.
couldn't pick up there, because I don't have the lyrics, was her taking her parents' perspective and saying we raised her like she was our own. I'm guessing they were actually her parents, but they would say, "Oh, we raised her like our own," as if to say she wasn't really ours because of the circumstances of her being found. Like, no child of mine we found like that. Have I got that right? I'm not 100% sure there, but it's certainly giving some insight into how easy it is for her to say what needs to be said in the moment in order to protect herself, which is exactly what she did with these questions the first time round. Makes loads of sense. And obviously that behavior was just reinforced and reinforced and reinforced over time as it actually served its purpose. Like, why would you not continue doing that? See what sense Jace makes of it, though, because he would have just heard all of this and he'll be processing the same way that we are, but he's there with her. He has to respond in some way. What's he going to say?
Oh, sorry.
That was way too much.
No,
Did I even answer the question?
I think so.
I haven't thought about that stuff in so long.
Let me just get this straight. You drowned.
Yeah. I was dead for 3 minutes. Spoiler alert, death is an endless void of nothingness.
All right.
I mean, you can see why, and now I think about this a bit more, you can see why the first time round, she obviously, I mean, that's a massively vulnerable question for her, isn't it? With a massive vulnerable answer. So, oh gosh, sorry, there's loads of things going through my head at the same time here. I'm trying to organize it all. So firstly, she obviously feels safe enough with Jace now after what they've been through together up to this point to talk about it. So that's one aspect. There's the aspects where she's trying to save this relationship, so she feels like she has to be honest now because that's what he's looking for, and not being honest is the thing that got her into this situation in the first place. But it's also interesting that she said her parents were dead when in that song, I'm just reflecting back on what I said a minute ago, the parents seemed, she nearly drowned. She was dead for 3 minutes. But also that her parents would be saying that, if I got this right, she wasn't really their daughter. I'm just trying to connect this. It feels like there's some link there between her saying her parents were dead and her actually dying. You'd see the link. But she would rather tell Jace that her parents were dead than say the truth. And she thinks that little of her parents as well because of what they said about her, what they imagined. Did she imagine? Did she imagine what they said? Was she imagining that? Because if she did die for 3 minutes, she died for 3 minutes, so actually it wouldn't have been, they wouldn't have been interviewed, etc., and said what she thought. So it is perceived what they would have said. Interesting. And I guess that also shows just the level of deception that she thinks other people will also do. Because that makes sense, doesn't it? If she does it, if she deceives others, then it would stand to reason that others would deceive her. Always makes you think, doesn't it? I like it.
Whoa, what are we doing? Why are we stopped?
Judith, I'm sorry.
For what?
I'm sorry your parents messed you up.
Thanks, man.
No, I mean it. Look at me. I'm sorry your parents set a bad example for you. That wasn't fair.
Yeah, well, you don't get to pick. What about you? Would you change anything?
I guess at this point I would ask my parents to raise me to be less trusting.
You'd ask them. That's adorable.
Anyway, I just wanted to say that.
Oh, wait, don't. This is the spot.
What do you mean we're pulled over on the highway?
not half a mile from the motel. See? All we had to do was drive, and we ended up exactly where we needed to be.
We are not going to a motel.
You know, you're right. The motel's a little too quick for right now. We still got lots of these questions to get through. The beach it is, then.
The beach?
Yeah, man. Do you hear the waves? I feel the ocean calling me.
Judith, wait, Henry. No, don't go anywhere. We are not going anywhere.
Whew. You're probably gonna want your jacket because you're a chilly willy. We'll be right back, Henry. We'll just be right over that dune making love to each other.
That's not true, Henry.
Okay, he gets it, Chase. You don't have to treat him like a baby. Come on, before it starts raining again. Oh, we should probably bring the Seagrams, right? Okay, I'm going to bring the Seagrams. You coming, Jace?
Okay.
It's very windy out here.
For the record, we are on the beach and it is very windy. I told you to bring your jacket.
Because you're a chilly willy.
My beanie blew into the ocean.
I have it.
You do?
No, I just said that so you'd stop looking for it. I want to take advantage of this perfect moment before it rains again.
What exactly is perfect about this moment?
You're here. I'm here. I told you I lied about my parents and that I died and you didn't push me out of the car. Come here. If your head is cold, stick it inside my blazer.
Interesting how she
If
thinks
you
about
get
that though.
close
How will
enough,
other
we can
people
put
respond to
blazer
my
over our
vulnerability?
heads and talk to the record there.
You are an actual lunatic. There is no way that we're both gonna fit.
Are you comfortable?
Oh, yeah. Super comfy. This isn't weird at all.
Good. Question 11. Take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible. Can you stand to be out here 8 more minutes?
I don't think we need 8 minutes. You know my life story.
That's true. I wouldn't mind hearing it again.
Okay, well, 2 moms grew up around here-ish. 1 brother, older, who was married and living in Palm Springs with his husband and my niece. I always wanted to be a teacher, and then I became one. Lost my virginity at 21. Thank you, Lisa Kuhlman. Dated this girl for a few years in college who grew up to be a famous journalist. I think I'm going too fast.
I'm not timing you.
Then my mom's moved to Austin, and I moved to Austin, and then I met you, and we got married really fast, though everyone said it was a bad idea, and then we had our life together for a couple years, which was nice. And then, yeah, I don't know, now we're here on the beach under your blazer.
And how do you feel about that?
That's not the question.
Oh, he's learning.
Okay, I want to know your life story. Your real life story. Was the computer summer camp with the soft serve machine real?
Oh, yeah. That was real. That stuff, that's me.
So you were born in Phoenix.
Yeah, I was born in Phoenix. My parents are what I think are colloquially referred to as monster people. I lived in New York for a bit. I got laid for the first time when I was 15.
Kevin McKinney?
Yeah, Kevin McKinney. Couldn't make him up. Did
And
make
he
up where it
remembered that,
happened, though,
so that
because
was
it
true.
was actually on my parents' yacht.
Oh, God.
Okay.
First time was actually on a yacht.
That definitely
Yeah.
changes things.
Yeah, I think there might have been a small uptick in the asshole meter.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did the 20s thing, was a writer for a while, then a nanny, then I died, then I moved to Denver, then I moved to Seattle, then I moved to Austin.
Hold on, slow down.
What's the matter?
You're skipping over a lot of stuff. When did you live in Denver?
Jace,
What?
the prompt is tell your life story in as much detail as possible.
Details, yes.
I'm trying to tell you the honest details, the details of my life, the life I want to tell you about. And I'm getting to that, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
So you moved to Austin and then what?
Well, that's where my life really started. My life started when I went for a jog and spotted you in the park, sitting with a dog. So I stopped and asked, "Can I pet your dog?" And so there we were, me and this golden retriever, basking in the abundance of sun Austin provides. And suddenly you blurted out, "This isn't my dog. Actually, it's my friend's dog, Sheila. I'm taking care of her while he's away. She's on a lot of medication. And I laughed and you laughed, saying you didn't want to be found out when you asked me to coffee. And there was no dog. I said yes, and you said, I'm Jace, what's your name? And I heard the perfect opportunity to be someone else entirely, free from my history.
Yeah. This fantasy
For
self.
one single cup of coffee, I would be Natalie. Obviously, that's not how it went down. 1 cup of coffee turned into 2 bottles of wine, 3 desserts, and staying up talking till 4 in the morning. Too late to backpedal. Too good not to keep going. It felt like
Too late to
my
backpedal.
life,
And suddenly going,
but
oh,
a
by the way, that's
better
not my name.
version.
And all the other stuff that she may have said.
With you in my life, I was a better person. I heard music in the words you were saying, melodies with no band playing. For the first time I was in love, and I loved who I was with you. All the mundane shit I used to hate, like recycling plastic and flossing every day, making breakfast, paying bills, watering the plants on our windowsill, was invigorated with your sense of wonder. Pillow talk, afternoon walks, holding hands in the parking lot of Home Depot, dealing with inevitable misfortunes that were barely manageable, like that time we accidentally hit a squirrel with your car. That was an unfortunate anecdote. But do you know what I mean? It felt like my life, but a better version. With you in my life, I was a better person. I heard music in the words you were saying, melodies with no band playing. For the first time I was in love, and I loved who I was with you.
I mean, not only loved him, loved
My parents
herself.
finally
This
tracked me down
full
after
self.
years of jumping from town to town. They found you and me, men in suits at our front door, asking you about Judith Ford, and I knew instantly. They say before you die, your whole life flashes before your very eyes. Well, it didn't the first time, but this time I heard each and every lie I'd ever told you. I tried to cling to the life I'd made together with you, so I did the only thing I knew how to. I denied who I was because I wanted to keep my life, but the better version. Natalie, your wife, she was a better person. I memorized your voice and how you say goodbye, but you never said goodbye. You never said goodbye, and I held on to our life and who I was with you. Who I was with you. Who I was with you.
It's sad, isn't it? It's funny how perceptions change as you learn more about someone and the motivations and the reasons behind why they would do a behavior and what reinforced them. Like for me, it certainly promotes some more empathy and some more compassion there. It's interesting because I know from my own research that when we're working with children who have offended, that when we do a 5Ps formulation, I don't know if you're watching this as a standalone video, you might not know what I mean, but for people who are regulars to the channel, a 5Ps formulation, if you have presenting factors with a massive list of all the difficulties this child is currently having and the behavioral responses from that, and not many predisposing, then there isn't as much empathy shown towards that child as when you have a really long list of predisposing, i.e., what happened to this child, which explains why we might now be seeing these presenting problems. Then you have more empathy because you have an understanding of what they've been through, what their experiences have been like. Now, that's not to say it absolves them of responsibility for their current behavior, but it does seem to promote more of an empathetic response, which can then mean, especially in my line of work in youth justice, a lesser punitive response. And I just think that's interesting with this, the way we're getting this information now about her, what she's been through, her upbringing, begins to fit together. And it's not sold as, I say it's not sold as a lie. It's not explained as a lie. It's explained as I invented this person who I thought was better and was more acceptable to you than my actual self. That's why I did it. This real fantasy self, this self that's less connected to a shame-driven past, maybe. Now, it's not just a name. It's not just saying another name. It's about inventing a new self, which she then goes on to start living, embodying. And she likes it so much that she starts to love herself. And the flip side of that is the more successful this false self is or becomes, the more distance you get from the real self, the more isolated the real self becomes. So it's a heavy burden to carry, though, because every time he says something like, I love you, or something nice to her about how he feels about her, does that get processed through this belief of, but would you still love me if? Would you still love me if you knew? Would you still feel this way about me if you knew? That's got to be tough. That would lead on to her thinking about, okay, I don't know. I don't know if I can be loved as myself. I don't know if I can be wanted as myself. And there's no way at that point you're going to be disclosing that. It's way too risky. But again, we're going to get to hear Jace's response to this.
Jace. I'm sorry.
What's happened? Has the phone got underwater?
I happen to know for a fact there's a motel just down the road.
No. No.
Yes.
And I'm not going to. But I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. They're calling again.
Greetings from our motel room, teacher Judith. If you're wondering why Jace was just singing the theme song to Frasier, it's because on the way up here.
No, I need to explain it. Let me explain it because
okay,
you're not gonna explain it right. Because I'm telling you, I heard someone in the room listening to Frasier, watching Frasier. She says that she did not hear it, but if I didn't hear it, then why is the theme song of Frasier stuck in my head?
Sound logic for nearly 10 o'clock Eastern time. Also, seeing as we have been exchanging swigs from a bottle of Seagrams for the past 40 minutes, only a few questions were asked before I realized that I had turned off the voice memo after... Oh, what was it? Oh, I remember.
What?
Jace kissed me.
I'm gonna find it. I can prove it.
Prove what?
Prove that Frasier is on somewhere in the hotel.
Okay, so we did question 12. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be? And Jace said...
I said flight, baby. I want to fly like a baby bird, like a duck. I miss Henry.
Oh,
Quite
me
fancy
too.
a bit of
I think
invisibility.
he's very comfortable in his little backseat nest, though.
God, this Frasier thing is really bugging me out. About it.
I answered, going off of the superhero theme, that I would like to be able to shapeshift, a la Mistake. Can you put that on mute?
I can't find
Good
it.
choice.
I believe you, Jace.
That's right.
I believe you heard it.
Yes, I know that it's on
Shapeshift,
somewhere. Did you
full
say you wanted
self,
to
be
put
someone
Candy Bar?
else, different
I will have one
identity,
bite of a candy bar.
deception.
Question,
Fits, doesn't it?
question 13 was, if a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know? He'd want to know if... How'd you phrase it?
Will my capacity to forgive be my downfall? Oh, they have total.
Oh, my
Most
capacity to
romantic
forgive be my
candy bars.
downfall.
I'm going for it.
I said I wanted a crystal ball to tell me if I'm actually good in bed, which is true and embarrassing. And
Honest, which is the reason for the season.
question 14 was, is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it? Jace said he'd never done sexy cosplay. Weird Doctor Who bedroom stuff. What was your reason for not doing it?
Is he jumping on the bed?
That is so bouncy.
Yeah.
I said that I feel like I couldn't do the role justice. Lots of scarf stuff. Scarf stuff.
Give me that.
Scarf stuff.
I changed my answer to his because that sounded fun. Question 15 was, what is the greatest accomplishment of your life?
Student loan! High five!
Right. Jace's was paying off his student loan. Mine was winning 2 episodes of Wheel of Fortune, which Jace was there for.
It's
Thank you.
actually a lot of chocolate.
You don't have to eat it.
I'm not going to eat it, all of it.
Question 16 was, what do you value most in a friendship? I said dependability. He said honesty. Both pretty pointed answers, I'd say, considering I lied and you left.
Yeah.
Speed round. What do you say?
Yeah, speed round, I love it.
Question 17. What is your most treasured memory?
My mom teaching me Edelweiss on the piano.
For me, it was our wedding. Hands down, best night of my life.
Okay, question 18. What is your most terrible memory?
Dying. That was pretty bad. The day you found out I had a fake name sucked. Finding out you skipped town without telling me where you were going super sucked.
Okay, gotta pick one.
You leaving then. Your turn.
My most terrible memory had to be finding out you were lying to me.
Yeah, of
and
course.
then having to tell my moms they were right. Ugh, I hated them for being so right. I especially hated you.
They were right,
shouldn't
so they had their
No,
suspicions.
that's good. That's honest.
You know, I think I need another adult beverage. What's the next question?
Question 19. If you knew that in 1 year you were going to die suddenly, would you change anything about the way you are now living? Why?
Yes. I would do myself a huge favor and stop caring about what people think of me and live my life the way I want to live it. And, well, there would be no repercussions because I'd be dying. So who cares, right? Seems easier.
Dying, you mean?
No, that's not what I meant. I don't want to die. No, I guess I'm saying at this point it would be easier than having to explain to every single important person in my life why you're back in the picture.
Am I back in the picture?
What do you mean?
Are you taking me back? Are we together? What?
That's not the question.
Isn't that the only question?
Well,
That's what she wants to know.
I'm
That's
still
the
undecided.
point.
You kissed
Of all
me,
of this.
and you're undecided.
We're only on question 19.
Suddenly you care about the questions?
But I'm doing them, aren't I?
You are?
Do you not care about the questions? Listen, I guess I want it on record that I haven't agreed to anything.
Yeah, you just opened the door. You burned my documents.
Because you told me to.
You kissed me on the beach, Jace. Did I tell you to do that?
You know what? I'm gonna take a little break to go check on Henry.
You want me to go with you?
No, that's all right. I think I just need a moment off the record, if that's okay with you.
For the record, Jace just grabbed his keys off the counter.
Why is that relevant?
Why is any of it relevant?
You're acting like I'm doing something sinister. I'm just checking on Henry.
I'm only trying to say what was happening.
Keys. These are my truck keys, which I am using to open the truck to check on Henry.
So do it.
Your energy is so weird right now.
I'm a little on edge.
Well, you can relax.
Don't tell me to relax.
You're acting like I'm up to something.
I'm not trying to.
You really think I'm gonna drive away after all this?
I've done it before.
Okay, Judith.
I'm not wrong.
That was unnecessary.
It was honest.
You're insinuating I have something up my sleeve. I'm not the liar in this relationship.
No, you're the one who vanishes into thin air.
Wow, that's a little dramatic, even for you. I sat you down, gave you a chance to explain.
And then you disappeared.
Because you lied to me, and then you lied to me about lying to me.
And I said I was sorry I did that. So when are you gonna let me off the hook?
Let you off the hook?
Yeah, when do I get out of lie jail?
That's not how it works.
Then tell me how it works.
Tell you how it works.
Yes.
Does
tell
feel
me
like
how
it
works.
minimizes
I'm never
a
gonna be
bit
able
with
to
that phrase,
trust you
doesn't it?
again.
Let me off the hook.
No matter what happens, no matter how this night ends, that's just the reality.
Yeah.
That's just the reality. And that reality isn't something you have any control over.
That's what makes it reality.
Okay, so clearly I'm not living in reality. That's my problem. So wait, when you kissed me 20 minutes ago, that wasn't reality.
That was me wanting what I can't have.
Or maybe you won't let yourself have it. Jace. Jace.
I have to leave you behind. I know that sounds harsh, but that's the reality. I wish we had our old life, but that shit's impossible. That's just reality.
He can't unknow what he
I
knows.
should've told you the minute you came, but you sounded distraught, standing out in the rain, and I wanted to let you in, swallow your pain, because that's what I always do. But I made a pact with my moms. Under no circumstance should I hear out Natalie. Unlike you, I keep my word, and promises I make become my reality. You like to live your life blurring the lines, bending the rules to make yourself look better. But all that I wanted was something concrete, and to know for a fact you are real. What I know is I still love you. That's my reality, you know. I'd give anything to wake up with
And you can still love someone,
you, and I spent 2
but understand
years of our lives
you can't
lost
be
in
with
your
them.
lies, far from reality. And it felt like a dream, 'cause it was. Why do I always give in? That is on me to change, that's my reality. I can't do this to myself again. I deserve someone who accepts reality. I can't imagine rebuilding my life with you, constantly on the edge of what I know is true. And you would string me along like you always do, knowing I will never let go.
It was wrong of me to string you along, Judith.
You weren't. You were starting to actually get it.
I wanted to know why you lied to me, and I let that cloud my judgment.
You were finding out who I am, and you were growing as a person. It doesn't feel good to grow, Jace. We know this. It hurts our brains. It's technically brain damage.
I'm going back to the house.
No, please.
I need to spend the night alone. I think this is better for both of us.
I don't think you want to do this. You drive away right now, leaving me with nothing but Cheerios. I may not hunt you down.
You're not gonna hunt me down because it's over. I'm saying it's over.
I can't hear you over your scampering away. Tell it to my face, please.
Goodbye, Judith.
Come on! Is this a pattern now? Chase, please don't do this. I'm asking you. Please! Please stop driving away!
She's in the motel room by herself. How is she gonna respond to this?
Well, I guess it's just you and me, future Judith.
There's the drink.
Maybe you can help me out with this one. Question 19. If you knew that in 1 year you would die suddenly, would you change anything about the way you are now living? Why?
I thought she was going to say something like, I'm going to go and run a bath. And so there we go. End of Act 2. And Jace has left. Jace has acknowledged that he still loves her, but he can't trust her again. And it sounds like he doesn't even want to try because he'll just be living every day wondering if she's telling the truth or not. And he doesn't want to go through that. And I think that's understandable. And Judith getting some, or she's giving some explanation for her behavior, her deception, but it doesn't mean that everything was fake. No, there was some realness there, as we heard. It's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult. Judith annoyed because it feels like she felt that things were moving in the right direction for her. I mean, pre-kiss, from my perspective, it did sound like Jace was hearing her out. He wanted an explanation of why. I don't know what his intention was at that point, but it sounded like he was giving her a chance to explain. The kiss really muddies things for me in terms of his intention, in terms of that question of, is he leading her along? Or is he giving her false hope, maybe? Because pre-kiss would have said no. Kissing her, I don't think helps anything at all. And I get it. I get why he would do that. But it just doesn't help. And I think that there's a shift there for Judith about, okay, we're back together. And it's interesting that she talks about sex a lot, doesn't she? All these suggestions that they should sleep together. And part of me thinks that going back to young love, how it used to be, maybe that banter, that playfulness, she's trying to bring that back in. But then part of me thinks, is she trying to encourage Jason Long in his decision making by offering it, by being really kind of open to it? There's also part of me that thinks back to her saying that she lost her virginity at 15. And is there something there? Is there some connection with having sex and feeling wanted? That is how she knows that she is wanted. And actually, maybe that's why she's suggesting it so much here, because that will prove to her that she is wanted if they have sex. It feels like there's something there because it's so often. It's in pretty much between every song. There's some kind of suggestion, and I'm sure it was the same for Act One as well. And maybe she thought that's where the kiss was going to lead, and so there's that part of the rejection as well. Interesting. Where's this going to go? I genuinely have no idea. We've got another act. I'm not going to do it now. I'll just see how long it is, just so I've got an idea. It's 56 minutes. So it's nearly an hour. So we've got another hour's worth of content. The question is, are they going to end up together or not? I don't know. I don't know. Because if the whole concept of these questions is it, I mean, I know it doesn't make people love each other, but it brings people closer together. It doesn't feel like the ending should be based on the whole premise of the questions that these people don't end up closer together. Maybe there's some way, and I haven't thought this through, that they end up closer but not together. If that makes sense. Maybe there's somehow that can work. Or maybe they do end up together. No, no. I'm looking forward to finding out though. So hopefully you'll join me in the next part, in Act 3, which I'll get around doing pretty soon, I reckon. So there we go. Let's leave that there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and goodbye.